Round one. Fight! Hey, welcome to Tier Ranker Fights. This is number 89. This is Jordan's Mystery Tournament. I am, in fact, Jordan, and this is my Mystery Tournament. So this is in honor of my birthday. It was yesterday, so I've had a whole birthday weekend, and we did a pre-selection show last weekend. If you caught that, you can get a little preview of what's going to be on the tier chart tonight. It's just random movies that I've seen from my Flickchart.com. We literally just went on to Flickchart.com. We hit the rank movies button until we got 60 unique movies, and there's some really, really great ones. There's some terrible ones. There's a couple in between. Mostly S tiers, I would say, are on here, but I mean, there's a good mix here. And I have a little point of order before. It's a little rant, but just a mini one, because why we're so late tonight is because plasma. I've been donating plasma. Just it gives you a little extra money. As you can see, my arm wrapped. I had two of them. I took one off, but basically what ended up happening is I go into this place, and the girl that's doing my arm stick, like she's having an off day. Usually I don't look at the needle, but when it goes into my arm, because it kind of freaks me out slightly, so I don't really look. I just kind of do it and just grit my teeth and bear it. But I could literally feel her shaking my arm, like her hand with the needle going into my arm. She's like this. I'm like, what the heck? Next thing that I know, like my arm starts to hurt really bad, and I look over and there's blood like gushing out of my freaking arm, like onto the floor, onto the seat, and like you just hear her say like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, really? Are you kidding me? So she like hurries in, like grabs something, stop the bleeding. And then she wraps up my arm. We got to get off of the little bed / seat that I'm in, disinfect everything, wipe it down completely. And then they proceed to tell me that if I don't get my plasma drawn from my other arm, they're only going to pay me half the amount that they normally do. So I'm like, what? All right, so I'll just do it. I haven't donated on my left arm in over 5 years because my left arm's really bad. I don't have good veins in this arm, and so I was like, well, like, you're not going to stick me, girls. Like, you need to get the most experienced person in this whole building, or else I'm going to go home, because I'm not going to deal with this. And so they did, and but then the girl who's all shaky, she goes to the person next to me and proceeds to do that person's arm stick. I don't know how well that one went. And then I whispered to the supervisor, because I could tell she was a supervisor. I was like, hey, I don't want to get this girl in trouble. But like literally when she was trying to stick me, she was like very, very wobbly. That's dangerous. Like you do not want to have her sticking people with needles. Like, get her out of here. And then she's like, oh, she's one of our best I've had people here, Haley or whatever her name was, and she's like, she's just going through some things. I'm like, going through some things, it doesn't matter. Like get her out of here. And they didn't. She kept sticking people, and I was having all kinds of issues with it, because you got to pump while you're doing it, and you got to draw from the veins. I guess I don't have good veins in my left arm, and so they kept having to like stop the flow. The machine was was like stopping, starting. It took over an hour when it normally takes about 40 minutes for me to do. And then plus the restick, it was the whole thing. It was really busy. For some reason, that was the day that they decided to train like 3 new people on a day where it was backed up like that. It was just the whole thing. And I had to like get the supervisor 2 times because I said, or I still saw her doing needle sticks, and I was like, "Hey, get her off the floor! Like this girl, and it's dangerous." They eventually did, and then I also saw her carrying some big plastic bins, like a big stack of them, 2 different times, and she dropped them all over the floor. It was the whole thing. But anyways, that's what the like fast version. That there's even more to it. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's the short version. So sorry for being late. Also, just bear with me. Tonight I got really sick for my birthday weekend. About Friday night at 3 a.m. I started throwing up violently and having flu symptoms. I'm about 85% fully back to normal. I'm on a lot of medicine, but I really wanted to I do this for you guys. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm here, and we're going to have fun. We're going to make it work. We got an awesome panel, and this is my first time keeping track of all the votes after 89 episodes. Austin's done every single one and kept track of all the votes. So I'm going to do it. So hopefully I don't screw it up. So just fingers crossed. But let's go ahead. After all that, let's introduce our panel for tonight. We'll start with the one that I pulled in last minute. He'll be actually, he was kind enough to agree to run the tier chart so I could keep track of the votes, because Austin was supposed to be here. He ended up getting sick too. So there's some flu things going around, and so Austin wasn't able to make it, but Mr. Malcolm Lay was, so we'll bring him in. Malcolm, how's it going?
It's going good. But yeah, I had nothing else on, so when you asked me, it's like, yeah, sure, I'll help.
Awesome. Well, I sure appreciate it. So because Malcolm literally found out about this about 20 minutes ago or so. So yeah, but he's a good guy. He's willing to help. So. And then also we have Jordan Owens, JPO. How's it going?
Hey everybody, how's everyone doing tonight? Looking forward to this tournament, seeing what kind of fun matches we're gonna have tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have some crazy ones, because if you've seen what's here, like the S tier is stacked. I've got like double the amount I want to put in there than a normal tier ranker. So we'll see how it goes. But we also have Jacob Barber. What's up, Jacob?
I'm here.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it. Yeah. And then we also have Ross, the Razor at Bristol. I just gave him that nickname just tonight because I thought it sounded cool, and he knows a lot about movies. He's Razor smart. Ross, what's up?
Thank you guys. And then Jordan, I feel your pain about being, like the needle and stuff. I don't have to use a needle, but now I have to prick my finger to monitor my sugar. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
It's always fun having to do that every day. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just a prick.
Not fun, really. Yeah. Right. No. You're cool. You're cool.
Jacob's like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. It's like he said it, not me. But we got, last but certainly not least, we got Brian Nussbaum. What's up, Brian?
This show brought to you by Flickchart.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's brought to you by Flickchart tonight. Not a sponsor yet, but if you see the episode and you want a sponsor, we are heavily promoting you tonight. So, but yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll break it down. How it's gonna work tonight. So, if you haven't seen a tier ranker episode, basically I'm gonna bring up the tier chart here in just a minute, and we're gonna have a bunch of different tier charts. We can slot all of our movies in for ranking, and they start with the S, and then it goes all the way down to F. So S for superior, and then it just goes A, B, C, D, like grades in school, and then we just go around the horn. We each take turns choosing a movie to rank, and then we all give it a collective ranking, and that will decide the final spot. And what we want to have at the end, we want to have 10 in the S tier, because we don't ever allow any more than 10 in the S tier, and then we'll have 3 honorable mentions from the top of the A tier. We need at least 3 votes for it to count as a movie that we've all seen. These are movies I've all seen, but it depends if everyone else has seen them all. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Yeah, it's pretty simple. We'll go for about 2 hours, and then we have a little hell merry round to kind of pick up some of the stragglers that we didn't get around to. So we won't be able to talk about every movie. We have 60 movies here, but we'll talk about as many as we can in 2 hours. So yeah, I'll bring up the tier chart. So these are all the movies that are eligible, and then for everyone on the panel, the list of all the movies is in the group chat.
Yeah, they've also posted it a few minutes ago.
Yeah. So Austin has posted there. So if you want a little reminder of what's there, you can check that out. So, but yeah, that's basically how it's gonna work tonight. So, and we always start at the bottom of the ladder. So the good thing about being brought on last, Brian, means you get to go first. So what do you want to nominate first?
I'm gonna go with the S tier, easy S tier. Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory for S tier.
Oh yeah.
This is a movie I loved watch a lot, but it was my number one for ever since we did our tops before. It's been my number one for Raw, still is to this day. Great music, great performance by Gene Wilder, Jack Halverson, great Cypher Joe. Great music. I roll the take it. The K-Man Can, Oompa Loompa song. Even get a bit of horror elements with the Screamy Tunnel. So it's the easy S tier for me.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Ross, what would you say about?
Yep, this is the S tier. This is definitely like an S tier, and then like I'm actually like I love this movie. I've seen it a lot too. And then like it actually was a flop when it came out, but now it's a classic. But the funny thing is, I cannot wait to see that Wonka origin movie because apparently, Hugh Grant is playing an Oompa Loompa, and that's exciting.
Really? What?
They actually shrink him down, which is even more
wacky.
Will Atkinson too in the film too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, JPO, what do you say about Willy Wonka?
Remember when I said that prick thing earlier? No, I'm sure I'm probably going to be outvoted here. I can only give it a B. It's not something that I really go back to. It's not something that's ever turned me to that next level. So, yeah, this is a B for me.
Okay. Fair enough. Jacob, what do you say?
Never heard someone say something so wrong with so much confidence before. This is an easy S tier for me. I've gone back to this several times. It was a staple of my childhood. It's a staple of my adulthood. I have so much fun with this. It's in my top 10 of all time, probably top 5. So yeah, Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka is like one of the best characters I've ever seen put to screen. I think he's incredible. So easy S tier.
I will say I didn't care about that prequel until I heard about that Hugh Grant thing.
I know, yeah. Me too, sort of low key. But Malcolm, what do you say about Willy Wonka?
Yeah, I mean Hugh Grant's just making choices lately.
That's he is.
For sure. But yeah, Willy Wonka is great. I don't know what more I can add that everyone else has already said, so it's a yes.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's an S. Yeah, that's a pretty easy. Yeah, like if we were doing even like a ranking of the like best movie characters of all time, like Willy Wonka might be an all timer, like near the top. Yeah, and yeah, Gene Wilder did it perfect. Yeah, I'm not really like that hyped for the prequel, but that Hugh Grant thing does intrigue me. But so yeah, it'll stay in the S tier. We got 4 S's and 1 B. So
far
5 S's and a B. Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a clean sweep, Brian. It's not how that works.
Yeah, it's not quite.
Just about. Well, I mean,
almost, yeah. if we want to count that B one, yeah. but so Ross, you will be up next. So
okay,
you want to nominate?
Yeah. Okay. I actually do want to nominate a movie that I think is a classic, but it doesn't get the classicness it deserves, and that's The Color Purple. That movie is an S tier for me.
Okay.
When I was a little kid, I didn't really get it, but now, like as an adult, I think it's actually a masterpiece. And then now, I think it's actually a top 5 Spielberg for me. So yeah, and then all the performances are great. Even I think that Danny Glover could have gotten the supporting actor nomination, for this movie because he plays a creep so well. Yeah. So then I was crying in the end. So yeah.
Well, definitely
yeah,
plays a
Purple,
creep hitting on like young girls, yeah. But
too. And funnily enough, that the remake, the musical remake coming out later this year stars that girl from The Little Mermaid. So,
Halle
yeah.
Bailey.
yep.
Yeah. Well, JPO, what do you say about the color purple?
Never seen it, so pass.
All right, sounds good. Jacob, then what do you say?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, Malcolm, have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it. I really do like this movie a lot. I do think it's really good, and I'm kind of intrigued as to how this musical adaptation is going, because this is one that when I heard they were doing it a Broadway musical adaptation, it is like, why? Because especially with the themes and stuff that it tackles, it's not really something that screams as musical to me. But I'm going to go into this with an open mind and see what it's like. And also we've got the singer called Her in this movie as well.
And with American Idol, Fantasia Barrino.
Yeah, Fantasia is the lead, but yeah, but I do like it. But unfortunately, I'm going to give it an A. I'm not at S tier for it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer of this one. I'm not a huge fan, but the thing is, it's been so long since I've seen it. I kind of like don't care that much. I was set to give it a D just because of the themes, and it just wasn't my style. But I'll be generous and give it a C. There'll be other movies where I'll stick to what I originally want to do, but for this one, I'm kind of on the fence, so I'll say C. So
haven't seen it.
Brent. All right. Let's see. Let me just get the votes down here. Let's see what we got.
So we've got S, A, C, and 3 haven't seen it.
There's still enough, but it won't make the S. I mean, we could probably still squeeze it in the A, but it'll be like a low A, is what I'd say. So probably, yeah, that's fair because we have at least 3. As long as we get at least 3, we'll keep it there. So yeah, so it'll be JPO. If you want to nominate.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go for The Thing, and I'm gonna say S tier. I think it's one of the great horror films. I love the cast. I love the practical effects. It still holds up, man. I think it's an all timer, legit. So S tier for me.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say about The Thing?
Easy S tier. Yeah, just one of the best horror movies ever made. It's got that like paranoia aspect too, because you don't know who to trust. Yeah, it's just great performances all around. So yeah, easy S tier.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Austin would have rude of us if this doesn't make the S tier.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, I regards to that, it is a really good movie, and I think Kurt Russell's great in it, so S for me. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's one of the easiest S's. It's actually probably the one I was going to bring up, but it's fine because now I can bring up my next pick. So, and yeah, it's an easy S. It's a movie that I've said before that like I really can't find any flaws. I mean, if you want to be a super like really nitpicky, maybe it drags a little bit, but not even really. Like I almost want to like contradict my own like nitpick. Like it doesn't drag as much as I even think it might. So yeah, it's great. So S, yeah. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll give it S tier. Real, it's a great remake. People would talk about sort of like a remake, if I'm not mistaken, of a horror movie in the past.
Yeah,
great
it is a remake.
Yeah, great performance by Kurt Russell, and yeah, all great practical effects. So S tier.
Yeah. Well, Ross.
This is my second favorite horror movie of all time. Session 9 is number 1, but The Thing is an S tier for me.
Yeah, well, it's a clean sweep, so it'll be at the top of the S. So, yeah, clean sweep for The Thing.
Yep, and like Austin would kill us all if we didn't all vote S too.
Oh yeah,
it's just the right thing to do, though, man. Austin ain't here. Still a great
movie. That's right. Yep, still a great movie.
I mean, I don't think Austin would have anything against us if someone doesn't vote it S. I think he'll just put if it doesn't make the S tier.
yeah, right. But it'll be Jacob up next. So what do you want to nominate?
Yeah, and you don't have to scroll too far, Malcolm, because I'm going to go with Infinity War.
Yes.
I think Infinity War belongs in the S tier. Not just based off these movies that we are selecting from. I think it's an S tier movie. Period. I think it's this the start of this culmination of 10 years of stories, and seeing all these characters on screen together. Finally, it was so cool. And even though the big epic battle doesn't happen until the next Avengers movie, we still get these team ups that we've sort of been wanting to see since all these characters have been introduced. You get that back and forth between Iron Man and Star-Lord, which is a lot of fun. It's Thanos' story, and I think Josh Brolin did a phenomenal job as him. I think the script was well done. I thought because there was a moment where Thanos actually got me feeling for him when he's dragging Gamora, spoiler alert, to her death. I was like, why am I starting to feel bad for the villain? Like I don't get this. And then they made the bold choice of the villain winning, which was really cool. So I think Infinity War belongs in the S tier.
Yeah, and I just want to know, for Guardians comes out this weekend, that like how does Gamora come back, and this is the same Gamora, or did she forget everything, or what happened?
Yeah,
I don't know.
from Endgame, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Version.
Yeah, we already know that.
Yeah. Well, like I just kind of wondered though, like she doesn't know anything of like she had a romance with the Star-Lord or any of that stuff, I guess. So,
yeah, no, because she got taken. This is like before she ever met Star-Lord in her mind.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay,
yeah,
makes sense then. Well, Malcolm, then what do you think?
Yeah, no, like based on the trailers and that, like it's definitely, she doesn't remember the romance and stuff.
Came back kind of a dick.
But look, I do prefer Endgame over Infinity War, but I do think Infinity War is still an S tier movie regardless, because it's just really good. And it's one of those ones like people quite often poo-poo like the idea of movies having too many characters, like especially with superhero movies having too many characters, but they made it work, and no one really felt like they didn't really have much to do at all. Like every character had a really good moment in that movie, and if they didn't get it in Infinity War, they definitely got it in Endgame. So
like that's a good point, because like there's been other movies where it's like are they trying to cram too many characters? Like you take some of the like Amazing Spider-Man movies, are they cramming too many villains?
Eternals,
like Eternals. Yeah, that's another one for sure. Yeah, but this one actually works, and like I'm with you also that I'm more of an Endgame guy, but I still think Infinity War is an S tier. It is an all-timer. So yeah, we'll put it in S tier. Brian.
Yeah, I'm also an Endgame person, but yes, Infinity War is S tier. You get all these characters communicate with each other. You get some with Doctor Strange. You get the Guardians communicate with Tony. You get the whole we'll call it scene with the best entrance by Thor gave me Thanos with the whole great Alice Avengers score. So S tier.
Yep, sounds good. Ross,
I'm gonna go with S tier too, but I'm more of an Endgame guy. But still, like this proved that like this one, like I think is the greatest like 2-story arc in the MCU. This and Endgame is because like it's technically one movie. So I'm gonna go with S tier.
Yeah, and JPO.
I'm actually an Infinity War guy over Endgame by slightly. I think it's overall a better movie. I think Endgame has the big climatic ending that I think kind of makes it why people sway that way, because it's the ending of a lot of our favorite characters. But I think overall, I think the better, juicier moments are actually in Infinity War. I think it's definitely an S tier.
Yeah, so it's another clean sweep. So it'll be right up there next to the thing. So, but we got a lot of S tier caliber movies here, so we'll see what we have room for. But so it'll be Malcolm next. So what are you gonna go for?
there's a few that I want to go for, but I think they'll come up eventually. I'm gonna try one and see what happens. I'm not going to try it for S tier, but I do think that out of all the Disney live action movies, I do think Disney's Aladdin is actually not as bad as people say. Because it's one of those ones like because I know everyone's like, oh, you Will Smith, you'd never be able to copy Robin Williams and all that. Will Smith was not trying to copy Robin Williams. He made the genie his own. And well, yeah, like it's one of those ones like Aladdin, like I always fight back when they call these live action remakes anyway, just because, well, yes, like primarily a lot of the story is cut from the animated one, but a lot of people forget that this is actually just a new adaptation of the story as well. But I think Guy Ritchie took this, made it his own, and it's actually a really enjoyable movie. So I'm gonna go B for this. So.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm right there with you at a B for Aladdin. I mean, I'm not gonna quite go A to go with the first letter, but I'll go with B because yeah, this is a movie that I saw it once in theaters and I really liked it and had a lot of fun with it. But it's not really one that I'm like going back to watch multiple times. But I am really glad that I saw it and that I got to see it in theaters. And I think that's enough for me. If they ever do a sequel, that might be the only way I'm going to return to it.
A sequel with.
Yeah. So I might go back and watch the first for that. But yeah, I think that I really like the dude that got to play Aladdin. He fit it really well. I can't remember his name.
Mina Masood.
Yeah, Mina Masood. Yeah, like he did a great job. Like I thought that by now he'd be getting more roles, like all kinds of roles. But hopefully he'll start coming to him because I think he could do pretty well. But yeah. So I'll say B for Aladdin. Brian, what do you say about Aladdin?
For me, Aladdin's my all-time favorite Disney movie. When I saw the remake, Will Smith did a good job, but I enjoyed the volume version more. But for the Aladdin movie, I love they brought back some of the songs where they updated sort of themes. Will Smith did a good job as G, but as a movie, I'll give it a C tier.
Give it a C tier. All right, for your favorite one, huh? Well, it's your favorite remakes, anime. Though. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you say about Aladdin?
I'm gonna go with the A tier. I like this movie a lot. It's not my favorite Disney live action remake. That one goes to the Jungle Book from '94, but yeah, still.
Yeah, that one's
great. Do like this one. Really? Okay. Speechless is a good one, and the new Peter Pan one was boring. So yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard the greatest things about it. I don't know, but
so yeah, so
I really liked it myself. So.
Okay,
I think Peter Pan fell more to the books than it was. So
yeah, but JPO, what do you say about Aladdin, the remake?
Yeah, I actually double checked with my niece here in the house. We're with you, Malcolm. We both gave it a B. I thought she was gonna say A, but no, I came out kind of pretty much hit the notes I wanted it to a degree. I agree. You know, the animation I think is a step above, but this I thought it was definitely a fine afternoon of the movie. So B.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you say about Aladdin?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the remake here. I think. Will Smith put his own spin on the genie and didn't try to imitate Robin Williams, which I think was absolutely the correct choice because had he done that, then I think it would have just crashed and burned because you really can't live up to that. So props to that. And the story, you know, it's the familiar story from the original. I like what they did with it, and yeah, I think B. I'm like a low A, but I'll stick with a B. It's like a low A, high B. So I'll just
it's
already in B. So
yeah, so we got 4 Bs, a C, and an A. So it's basically B.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave it there, and yeah. So I guess I'm up first, and I think this time, just for fun, I'm going to start with some bad ones. Just get a couple of
pulling off, and yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I'm just going to go with like probably my one that I can't stand the most on this whole list, and that's going to be Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked. That is a straight up F. Just like throw it in the dumpster and light it on fire because that movie is horrible. And I'm actually someone who grew up watching the TV cartoon series and actually really liked that a lot. But like this just didn't really like have too many vibes. I don't know. They're just trying to be too cool and especially out of all the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies, I think this is the worst one. Also, like it just doesn't work for me. I thought it'd be cool having Jason Lee playing Dave, and like some of the voice cast that they got for the Chipmunks, but it really just doesn't work for me. So let's go F tier. The F needs some stuff. So yeah. Brian, what do you think of Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked?
Yeah, I'm going to give it an F tier as well. I rewatched them a few months ago to see how bad they were. It's not really the worst one. The worst one obviously is the road trip, but it has some moments.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The road trip that may be the worst one.
Yeah, it has some moments in there like a whole Castaway-esque genre with Jay Slate. I mean, you got Alan Tudyk voicing Simone in there, but yeah, as a movie, it's F tier.
Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you say about this
I'm
movie?
gonna go with F. I haven't seen them. In fact, I only saw the first one and I liked it. I just didn't have any like because the first one came out I was like 18. So when the second one came out I was in my 20s, I'm like, I don't want to waste my time with this. So I haven't seen it.
Yeah, don't waste your time and money on it. Yeah, but JPO.
I'll be the nice guy here and give it a solid D. I don't know. I save that for the pure dragon. I think there's probably a kid fan base for this, and I probably chuckled maybe once or twice. I like Jason Lee, so D. But yeah, it's not a very good film.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, you're an animated guy. What do you think?
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
This is live
Yeah.
action, not animation.
Yeah,
True. Yeah,
It's a hybrid.
Yeah,
you're
it's
a hybrid.
I would say the main 6 characters, because like Jason Lee gets sidelined, are animated. So
yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first one. First one was okay, and I had no hope for the sequels, so I didn't watch them.
Okay. Well, we can just put it in haven't seen, I guess. Yeah. But
I mean, I've still got to go.
yeah, right. I'm just saying for his vote, yeah, but
right. So
yeah, but Malcolm, yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, out of the live action Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, this is actually my favorite one. Not that it's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I obviously had to watch them all because someone requested a match and someone accepted it. Will Cohen and Chris Diaz. But yeah, so I'm actually going to be relatively nice and give it a D. So
Yeah, let's see.
I think it's still going to be
like
F.
how D tier is being nice.
me and Malcolm are the sweethearts that gave it a D. You're welcome, Alvin.
Well, technically, it's got two D's and 2 F's and 2 hasn't seen, but I mean, even the people that like haven't seen it, they're like, oh, probably is an F. So I'd be totally fine just throwing it right in the F.
Yeah, because I remember the best part about the first one was David Cross.
He's in this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's stuck in a suit for half of it, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, David Cross pops up in I think most of the live action ones.
He's got some good stories about being mistreated on the set.
I thought the best part was,
oh dang.
I thought the best part was the end.
Yeah.
I will say the animated Chipmunk Adventure is probably the better Alvin and Chipmunks movie from the 80s.
It is. It's actually really good.
It's best when it's 22 minutes and you can move on. That's when it's best.
Yeah, that sounds like my nephew this weekend. He had a piano recital that we went to, and he's only 7 years old. And I asked him, "What was your favorite part of doing that?" Probably when I walked off the stage at the end when it was done. I was like, "All right, well."
Right,
guess
anyway, I believe
that
Brian
says it all.
Next.
Yeah, but we're back to Brian. So what do you want to go for?
I'll go for the S. I'll go with How You Shot the Kids.
Ooh, all right.
A great film, great family film, directed by Joe Johnson, who did Dwang. Great use of the practical effects, like the whole backyard scene. Feel like you're you're trapped in there. You get Great Forces by Rick Moranis, Matthew. It's a great childhood favorite of mine. So how do you shoot the kids?
Yeah. Well, Ross,
I'm gonna go with A. I still do like the movie, but I think it's not my favorite Joe Johnson movie, but I still do like it, you know. And then, like, actually, I think my second favorite. It's my second favorite of the series after 2. So yeah, I do like the movie. I just don't love it, you know, like everyone else.
Yeah. Sounds good. JPO, what do you say?
I'm gonna go a simpler and say B. I do like it. It's a really fun premise, and it is something I've rewatched several times as a kid. But I think upon later on viewings, I do see the kind of hollowness in it a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna say B. It's still a good movie flick though.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
Maybe it's nostalgia talking, but I'm gonna go S tier. And just comparing it to all the movies that are on the list, it's one of my favorites. It's like one of the 10 I would probably go to first, if I'm being honest, because yeah, it's got that nostalgia feel for me. Something that I grew up watching, and I mean, it's got Rick Moranis, so who's gonna hate that?
Yeah, right.
It opens with Roger Rabbit short as well.
Oh yeah, forget about that. Is that the
Yeah,
Baby
but,
Huey
Joe
one?
Johnson actually is a pretty underrated director too.
Yeah.
He did Jumanji, and then he also did The Rocketeer.
And he did Captain America: The First Avenger too.
And he do We Shrunk.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah, this is one I watched a lot as growing up as kids, and I did really enjoy it. I did recently rewatch it, and it kind of went a little bit lower for me. So I'm probably going to go a step lower than go C, because as much as I liked it on my recent rewatch, it just didn't have the same appeal to me as it did when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think I'm gonna give it an S tier. Like, I love Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I'm a huge Rick Moranis fan. I wish he didn't leave for so long, but we're getting him back for at least one thing. Yeah, like it. A lot of it is nostalgia, also, because I watched it all the time when I was a kid, and yeah, for me, I think that it still holds up quite a bit, and a lot of practical stuff. I love when they used to. I don't know if they still have the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids at Disney World, but that was
no more turned down.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but I did go there once when I was a kid. So yeah, but yeah, I think that's got 3 S's, an A, a B, and a C. So I think it's enough to just barely hang on there. It might get bumped off
for now anyway.
Yeah. For now, we'll see what happens. So yeah, but yeah, we'll go to Ross now. So what do you want to nominate?
Let's see, which one do I want to pick? I want to pick a Let's see. Could you scroll down a little bit more? I want to see the rest of them. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pick the newest movie on the list, and that is Scream 6. So I'm gonna put that in the A.
Yeah, we got a new one on there that popped up. Yeah.
I do like this one. It's probably my second or third favorite of the series. But the problem is that I won't spoil though. But one of the killers was way too easy to figure out. So yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna put this in the A. It's the second best of the series, and then I love the New York setting, and that scene with the ladder is so tense.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was shaking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
JPO, what do you say about Scream 6?
This is one that was hard. I thought it might come up, and I was like, what do I give it? Because I'm really on the verge of an A or a B here. Because there is problems I have that are kind of more spoilery that I won't really get into. But there's a lot that works, too. I love the opening ladder sequence. It's good. There's some really good stuff in here as well. Without seeing it, I haven't seen it twice. I've only seen it once. I'll let it stay at A for now. There's enough to really enjoy in here. It's a solid entry in the franchise. That actually, in my opinion, doesn't have a bad entry yet. So it's a solid entry.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you say about Scream 6?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. But the funny thing about it, though, is I asked my friend, are you gonna watch it? And then he says he said last week, and he goes, no, I don't like the pirate movie. I want to see. And I said, it dropped on Paramount Plus. And he goes, really? That was fast.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Same thing happened last year with 5.
Yeah. But Malcolm, what do you say about Scream 6?
I mean, realistically, it's not that fast. Like, it's about the usual time you'd expect. Now, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm
it
thinking.
was about a month and a bit since it came out. So
The one that was fast was Shazam. I think that was like just a few weeks and it was already on.
yeah, I mean, they wasn't doing well in cinemas.
Yeah,
anyway.
right. Yeah, that's not a good sign.
But yeah, I actually really enjoyed Scream 6 a lot. This is actually, I'm probably going to give it I'm probably going to see it again at some stage, but I think at the moment it's probably my favorite of the franchise. So I'm actually going to go S.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, it's good that someone else says S because I'm also going to say S because for me there's a lot of nostalgia to it because Scream is my favorite horror series ever made. Like I just have a lot of fun. I have fun seeing characters come back like Hayden Panettiere and that. And I love the New York setting. I love them just being in like with these big like high-rise apartment buildings, being on the subway, running through the city, and then like some really cool locations. I do have issues with it, like how many times people get stabbed and like are able to survive somehow. Like I think if they really go overboard with that, but like even with the issues, and even though it's not my favorite of the Scream series, I would put multiple Screams movies. Well, I won't say all the Scream movies, but a good chunk of them in the S tier if they were here. So I'll say S tier. Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Brian, okay. You haven't seen it, okay. So this one.
In fact, it wasn't even shot in New York. I found out too.
Oh, really? Was it not? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Go to Paramount, Brian.
Yeah,
I think it was.
I will JPL. Don't worry.
I think
Yeah.
it was like voted in like. I think it shot in like Alberta or something. I'll look.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But we have two S's, two A's, and two haven't seen it. So we need at least three to get it into the S tier. So it'll probably be like a high A, probably like just close to the color purple. I think it.
Color Purple got 3 S's, didn't it?
No, the
Okay, it
color
was shot in
purple only got
Montreal.
Yep,
one-
town.
Color purple only got one S.
No, that's right.
because-
If I've got 3 S's, it would have been up to near more.
Yeah, so,
Oh, Scream above Color Purple then.
yeah, so it'll go above it because just a lot of people hadn't seen the color purple. That was the issue. So yeah, sounds good. So we will go to JPO.
All right. Well, according to Flickchart currently, I'm going to go for my current number one. Let's go to Rocky, the OG.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I don't have to sell it. It's Rocky. It's the first of. It's still a franchise going to this day. And it still holds up, man. Even the fighting sequences still really hold you. This character. I think it's iconic. There's a freaking statue of a fake character in real life. Because that's how good this is. So S tier.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say about Rocky?
This is another easy S tier. This isn't just like one of the best sports movies. This is just one of the best movies made, period. And the sport kind of takes a back seat in this one. It's more about who Rocky is and we get to know him and why he's accepted this fight and why he's a boxer and just learning about who he is as a person. And the boxing really ramps up in the sequels, but this is more about Rocky. So I think it's really cool. Great script, great direction. So easy S tier.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say about the original Rocky movie?
I think it's weird that they chose to give the Moose from Rocky and Bullwinkle as a standalone movie.
Well, they actually did have a Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, but
that was both.
Rocky.
My joke was that it was a standalone movie for just Rocky.
I see what you did.
But in all seriousness, I saw all the Rocky movies for the first time, or most of them anyway, in the last couple of years. and I mean, I enjoyed them. I do think the first two Creed movies are probably better, but to me, the first Rocky is still in that high enough for it to be S.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. I've become a huge fan of the Rocky movies over the years. Like so much so that like it's in contention for maybe my favorite franchise almost. Like I mean, it's up there for me in the likes of like Lord of the Rings and Back to the Future. Like it's that high for me. And yeah, and the first Rocky movie has some really good dialogue too. Like I think it's really well written. And like maybe it works because it's not one that's directed by Sylvester Stallone. So maybe that plays into its favor. I don't know, but yeah, it's really really good. And it's a great introduction to the character. So yeah, it's a pretty easy S tier from me. So Brian.
Yeah, I'm also going to go S tier. Great underdog story, and also I believe the first sports movie that ever win Best Picture the Oscars as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll go for the Rocky movie.
Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you say about Rocky?
It's my second or third favorite in the whole series. So, and it's one of the greatest movies ever made. So yeah, S tier. And then Mickey's amazing.
Oh yeah, Mickey's a great character. So yeah, it will be a clean sweep. So it's at least above Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Willy Wonka, I think. So
Did Thing and Infinity War all got clean sweeps, weren't they, or did they get?
Yes.
Yeah, they're both clean sweeps. Yep.
Yeah.
So
just
right up with that. Yeah, sounds good. So it'll be Jacob's turn. So what do you want to nominate?
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you could scroll on down.
Yeah. Scroll down.
Sort of
Oh, there we go. No, I think I'll go. I'm gonna go for one in the A tier. You can go ahead and stop. I'm gonna go with Crazy Rich Asians. I think Crazy Rich Asians is a really really good romantic comedy. It's very cliched, but all those cliches work. I think so. Yeah, I'd go A for Crazy Rich Asians. I think it's really good performances. Henry Golding and Constance Wu. Yeah, it's a fun story. But yeah, it was such a big surprise because I thought, it's just going to be one of those generic rom-coms, and it is, but in all the best ways. So I'd go A for Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I do really enjoy Crazy Rich Asians a lot, and Harry Chum Jr., who's in this from Glee, like he's in this, and but he's popping up a lot in movies, and he's showing that he's just really good, and and alongside that, like the whole cast is pretty good as well. Because and yeah, so I'm actually going to go S for Crazy Rich Asians. I think it's just really good.
Oh yeah, sounds good. So I gotta do it again. I gotta be the Debbie Downer. I'm just not a big fan of this movie. Like I've rewatched it a couple of times. I've seen this movie 3 times, and just every time, like it just bores me. Like I'm not that invested in it. Like I'm just not. And I think I don't know the whole thing with the mother's so like mean to the girl. Like I mean I know it's part of their culture maybe, but I just don't really get it. And it just I don't know. It just seems it's not up my alley. There's a lot of parts that I'm just kind of like bored, almost wanting to turn it off. So I'm gonna say D. I'm just not a big fan of it. Sorry.
Whoa.
But Brian, what do you say?
Well, apparently, Quirky, this is the movie that wanted him to be back in movies after seeing Crazy Rich Asians. That being said, I'll go for B tier for me. It's a good rom-com, but I put a B tier. Not my go-to rom-com.
Yeah, and the one for me, the one thing that doesn't put it in an F tier, it is just what it did for so many Asian actors, putting them all together in one movie. I do appreciate that aspect, but Ross, are you with us?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So yeah. I'm gonna put this in the A. I don't think it's like like one of the greatest movies ever made, but it is fun. Like, and I cannot wait for the sequel to come out whenever it's coming out.
Yeah, right.
China Rich
It'll
Girlfriend.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Michelle Yeoh, I'll watch anything with her in now.
Yeah. JPO.
I'm gonna keep it in an A, or I'm gonna say an A myself. I think it looks great. I think it's very charming. I enjoyed the main two, the supporting cast. I dug it. I'm gonna give it an A.
Yeah. So we got an S. We got 3 A's, a B, and a D. So I think it'll be in the A tier. I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, just kind of mid
Yeah.
A.
And quick fun fact: how much do you think the author of the book Crazy Rich Asians sold the film rights for?
I forget. I remember it was like something crazy low.
It was $1.
Really? What? $1?
Oh
yeah. No. It's
crazy.
no. I'm not going to get the story up, find the story, but basically, one of the producers who was initially interested in the project, they were going to whitewash the role of the heroine by casting a white actress, and then the author optioned the rights to the film for just $1 in exchange for continuing role for creative and development decisions. So they could keep the theme of the movie alive, and so keep the Asian aspect to it. So I think it's a fair trade-off, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense to me. But so Malcolm, you're up next. So what do you want to nominate?
Yeah, I'm going to stay on the rom-com train here, and I'm going to bring up Her.
Yeah.
It's a movie that probably should have been number one in the Joaquin Phoenix
Probably. Yeah.
But
no, the right movie was at number 5. Let's
No, that movie should have been number 1. Joker. Come on.
But Her is a really good movie, and it's one of those ones I didn't expect to love as much as I did, but it's just one of those ones that the premise of the movie is just really interesting. And if you next time you've got time, look up the actual the Spike Jonze did release the short movie that he made, which is the kind of proposed plan for the movie. Or I don't know what they would call it, but it's kind of the bare bones of what the movie actually become, and it's really interesting. But yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is really good in it. Even ScarJo is really good as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So this time I don't have to be the Debbie Downer, yay, because I love Her. I think Her is awesome, and yeah, this is an easy S tier, and yeah, this is one that just blew me away. I was late to sing it because I was just like I don't know about this artsy movie seems weird. I don't know about a guy that just falls in love with an AI. I mean, come on, but then I watched it and I was very surprised, and yeah, this movie is great, and Spike Jonze needs to come back and do some more movies. I know he was involved with the Jackass somewhat, and then he also directed that Beastie Boys thing. But he's a great director, so yeah. I'll say S tier for Her, and also too one of the all-time performances for Joaquin Phoenix, I think. So yeah. Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I'll go with S tier as well. It's a great film. Great performance by ScarJo. The Oscars should try to nominate the voiceover performances because she was great with the live action work. And great performance by Joaquin Phoenix, so S tier.
Yep, I would agree. Ross, what do you say about her?
I'm gonna go with S tier. I love this movie. You know, like it's not my favorite movie of all time, but it is really good. And I think the spoof is actually like it's a bad rap, which is Jexy, which is an idea like it. You know, so yeah.
Yeah.
And JPO, wake up.
JPO, we got her.
That's to you, Ross. I just waiting for my turn. Now your turn, Ross. Stop talking, Ross. Stop talking. Not your turn.
No, I'm just asking you. Did you?
Not your turn, Ross. Not listening to you.
I don't even
know who you're talking about.
Her.
But
nope, not listening. Nope, you had your chance.
I'm gonna let you. So her, what do you think of her?
I'm just kidding. What's up, Ross?
Did you think that the
I lied. Now let you do it.
Did you think the first spoof was funny though? Jexy was actually pretty funny, huh?
Jexy was alright. Yeah, Jexy's a good little background watch. No, I do love her as well. I'm gonna keep it in the S's with y'all. Yeah, great movie about loneliness, about technology. Joaquin, again, just a stellar performance here, man. God, do I love Joaquin Phoenix. So S tier.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you say about her?
Who?
Jacob. Sorry.
No, but who? Who's her?
Her with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson.
I didn't watch it in time for Rancom yesterday.
Oh, did you watch it?
And I still haven't seen it. So.
All right. That's fair.
I remember though, like I was disappointed by one thing though, is the trailers like make it seem like Olivia Wilde has such a big part.
Yeah, that is true. It's not much, but despite that even though Jacob's, it's a clean sweep besides that, so it'll stay in the S.
I think it just above Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
it's got the same amount of S votes as Willy Wonka. It doesn't mean it's above it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get to the Hail Mary.
Yeah. No, just trying to have it in some kind of order.
Yeah.
My vote still counts.
So.
Right.
So it's me next, and I want to go for one that I think most people will agree, but I know not everybody will. I know not everyone's on the same page with this movie in this particular panel, but it's one of my favorites. I used to have the poster on my wall. I want to switch it up again and maybe put it back there. But I want to go with Mad Max Fury Road. That's an absolute S tier for me. Just like even from the trailers, like you're in for a wild ride. I mean, with George Miller, the director of Babe, Pig in the City, like he went from that to this, this movie is great. Like it's a thrill ride. It's just like basically take the Road Warrior, but then make it for a modern time, and even add more kind of acrobatics to it, and Charlie Theron's great. Tom Hardy, even though he doesn't speak, he's still great, and he does speak, but minimally. But and then even Nicholas Hoult, like oh, what a lovely day, like that's all great. And so like this movie, just like I saw it 3 times in theaters, but it was when I worked at a theater, so free movies. But yeah, it's gonna be an S tier. Brian, what do you say?
Boys, I'll take for this. This is I was go F tier for Mad Max Fury Road.
F? Oh, F.
I'm not a big
Man,
fan
you're out
of
of your
it.
mind.
What?
Right.
F.
Yes.
All right.
Not a big fan of this.
You're not just not a big fan. You hate this movie.
No,
Yes.
no, I'm just kidding. Okay. Wow. All right. We'll see what you come up with next, Brian. Ross.
I'm actually not the biggest fan of it either. It's okay.
Oh, you guys.
No. It's nowhere near an F for me. It's about a maybe a high C, low B. I don't love it like everyone
Still
else.
killing me.
But like it's okay, yeah. So C tier for me. I still do. Right. It's okay.
Oh.
It just hasn't clicked.
Man, gonna break in my heart.
Don't worry, but I am due for a rewatch, so I'll probably get a rewatch. And then it took a few times to get confused. So
yeah. Well, on JPO.
Now I got your back, Jordan. Let's get this back on track. I do want legitimately. This might have been my next call for S tier. I don't know, man. Maybe did you see it in theaters, Ross?
No.
That I don't know. Maybe to me that also helped because it is a tremendous big screen experience. So definitely see it on the biggest TV you can. Yeah, man, I just thought it was such a thrill ride, and I went in with like kind of lukewarm expectations just because I'd only seen like the other ones on DVDs like once, you know what I mean? So, but I thought this was great. I very much am sad that we haven't had that sequel and follow up, and if we do, I feel like
There is.
too much. Again, a little too much time has passed. I wish they'd gone to a little quicker because I was really high on this for quite a while. But I still am, so
but I mean, so Charlize Theron's my favorite actress working today. So I wish they continued with her as the actor. But I mean, Anya Taylor-Joy's been killing it lately. So like you never know. So, and also this is where I wish Austin was maybe still here because I know he would be with us. But I want to shout out Wolfman in the chat. What's up, Wolf? But Jacob, what do you think from Mad Max Fury Road?
My heart hurts from all these low grades, and it hurts because I know what's coming next after me too. I'm just gonna give it an S tier so we can end this.
Well, I mean 3 S's at least might squeak it in, but Malcolm.
See, I thought it was going to be the solid of the hot take, but apparently my take is actually the warm take compared to mine. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Fury Road. I did see it in theaters, and I've given it a few rewatches since then. But I've still sort of had the same sort of feeling as I did when I first saw it. It's good. It's definitely not F by far, but
yeah,
I do have to unfortunately give it a C.
All right. It's better than an F at least. So we got 3 S's, a C, and an F. So, I mean,
it'll be 2 C's, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry,
2
C's and an F. So I don't know if that keeps.
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately I think the F probably does drag it.
Yeah, like it probably brings it down to an A. I would say.
Yeah,
I'd got 3 S's.
Could still be an honorable mention.
Yeah. We'll see, but. All right, that's fair. So, we're back down to Brian.
Yep.
Be careful what you choose. There might be spite votes coming.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go with. Let's see here. I'll go with Star Trek 2009.
F.
All right. F. Yeah.
F.
No. Sorry.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it an A tier. This is a great reboot of the franchise. Great cast and crew. You get Chris Pine as Kirk, Jack Kitchell as Spock. You get Chris Hedges in his first ever movie role. This is Cheers Out for You. And I quite enjoyed this. Was my favorite Star Trek film, so yeah, A tier.
Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with A tier. This is actually my second favorite of the Star Trek series. Of the 3. But yeah, so like I do like this movie. And then and then I have the funniest story about this in theaters. Like my uncle, who's disabled. I love him though. He's saying Mr. Spock. So then when Mr. Spock came on screen, I go Lance, look, it's Mr. Spock, and he goes that's not the real Mr. Spock.
Yeah.
But still, this is an A movie.
That's Siler from Heroes. Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. JPO.
It's a solid B, which is why I'll give it a C rating. I'll do a little bit of spite. No, I did enjoy it. I think they put together a really good cast here, and I wouldn't mind if we ever got a fourth one, or maybe probably not, but C. Spite.
Okay.
Out of spite.
Sure. Sounds good. Jacob.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan. I've seen all the movies. There's a couple that stand out to me. 2009 isn't one of them. I don't really have anything bad to say, but there's nothing that sticks out to me that I remember. So when the movie does that, it's just like an average movie to me. So I'll go C.
C. All right. Malcolm, you say?
Yeah, I do like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek trilogy. They're probably the only ones I've actually seen. I've seen the first one as well, but I'm not a big Star Trek person. But it's a good movie. I'll give it a C.
All right. Well, I might be the lone one here because, as much as I want to give it a spite vote, I'm not gonna do that. I'll be nice, but because I actually really do love all these Star Trek movies. This is my kind of flip flops. Like depending on the day, it might be my number one or my number two. I'm not totally sure, but because I like the third one a lot too. So but I'm actually gonna give it an S tier. I'll be the lone S. Like I actually really love all these because like I'm more of a Next Generation guy, but for the Next Generation movies, there's really only two that I really go back to that much. I mean, I'll watch them all just to see the cast on screen, but and I don't really go that much to the OG movies really. Besides the Voyage Home, I actually like that one, but so yeah, I'm gonna say S tier for this one though. So I'll be the lone S. So we got an S, two A's, and three C's. So I'm wondering if it might land in the B tier.
Yeah, I'd say B.
Yeah, that sounds about.
What did Aladdin get again?
Aladdin had one A, and let's see what I have. Yeah, that's one of mine that the votes got a little off, but I think it was one A and like 5 B's. So
okay, so I think Aladdin stays above it.
Yeah. So Aladdin will stay above. For some reason, I like wrote some weird things on that.
Not that the BTs really matter what they are, but
yeah, right. Yeah. So we are to Ross.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick an underrated comedy now, and that's Hot Tub Time Machine.
Ooh.
And then like I'm gonna put this right in A. You know, like it's great and it's underrated. You know, the sequel sucks ass, but like this one, you know, is amazing. You know, like this movie's really funny. It's actually like one of the funniest comedies in the past few years. Like especially the thing with like Crispin Glover. You know, like always trying to figure out how he's losing his hand.
Yeah.
You know, like and then the whole thing about like Motley Lou. So yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. GPO, what do you think about Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah, fun flick here. I'd probably say I'm a high B for it though. I think a couple things don't work, but a lot does work, so I'm gonna say B.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, of course.
Have you met Ted?
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I do really enjoy Hot Tub Time Machine. Funny enough, I don't think it's that funny. But that being said, I like it more as a time traveling movie on it alone. It's one of those rare ones that, well, yes, I know it's supposed to be a comedy, but I like it more for its non-comedy aspects. But yeah, it's still going to be a B for me though.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I actually really like Hot Tub Time Machine. I'm probably due for a rewatch because it's been a few years since I've seen it, but I remember really liking it, and yeah, like it works a lot better having John Cusack there than Adam Scott. Even though I like them both, the John Cusack of it all works, and I like what they do with a lot of characters. I like Rob Corddry's character once he goes back in time too. He's pretty funny trying to like invent the iPhone and get rich and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A, I think. So
yeah, to Jordan. If you watch again, you'll realize something kind of funny too. Like the guy that they bet with in the bar with the girl, that's actually played by William Zabka, and then the girl is actually played by his ex-wife in Cobra Kai.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool. Nice. Well, Brian, what do you think about Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah, I quite enjoy Hot Tub Time Machine a lot. Love the time show aspect, love the comedy, love seeing some A's actors come back like Zach, Chevy Chase, and Repairman.
Oh yeah,
Crispin Glover, and I believe Sebastian Stan makes his appearance as well in the film as well, the main villain. Mm-hmm. I'll give it an A.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll probably end up in the tier because we have 3 A's, 2 B's, and I haven't seen so.
I think it's enough to stay up there.
And on that note, let's go ahead and see you.
Yeah, sure, Brian. Thanks for hanging out. All right. So we are to
Bye, Brian.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the I'm gonna go for Moon with Sam Rockwell.
Ooh.
A great, almost let's say 80% just Sam Rockwell. Also, and a little bit of Sam Rockwell. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. I think it's a great sci-fi flick here. It keeps you engaged, keeps you entertained. Duncan Jones went on to do Source Code, which I also really like, and Warcraft, which is all right. Too. So I'm looking to see more from Duncan Jones. But I really love Moon. That was a great kind of introduction, and Rockwell's just fantastic. And he's the kind of guy like a Will Smith or a Tom Hanks that can hold a movie that's almost more than half just him.
Yeah. Yep. Jacob, what do you think about Moon?
I mean, looks good in the sky. Probably not made of cheese.
So Esther, agree.
So I haven't seen this one.
Oh, okay. Well, Malcolm, you say about Moon?
I also haven't seen the Moon.
Oh man, you guys are missing out because I think Moon's great. Like I was really late to it, but I wanted to watch it because of Sam Rockwell because he's probably like in my top 5 actors of all time. I'm a huge Sam Rockwell fan. I've never seen a Sam Rockwell movie that I don't like. I think that he's one of the best actors working today, and I think that he should get a lot more leading roles, honestly. So, this is an easy S tier. So if you guys haven't seen it, watch this movie because it's freaking great. He just kills it. So, yeah. Ross, what do you think about Moon?
This is an S movie. I remember I bought it the day that it came out without even knowing. I watched it on DVD. In the beginning, tripped me out. So I said, I gotta watch this. Yeah, yep. Like the YA, where he's seeing himself, running along the corridor. So yeah. This movie's great, and Moon is a great movie. So yeah, it's actually underrated. So and then it's not your typical pew sci-fi. It's more of an intellectual sci-fi, which I love. So yeah, Moon.
Yeah, and the twist. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I didn't see it coming though. It got me. So yeah. So technically, for all the people that have seen it, that's 3 S's. So it'll be in the S tier. It's technically a clean sweep, even though Brian left. We don't have as many votes to go around, but yeah. So it'll be in the S. So we'll go to Jacob next. What do you want to nominate?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get kind of a fun pick here. Go down just a little bit more. It's going to be at the beginning of that third row from the bottom. A little movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to shoot my shot for the S tier. I think this movie is just loads of fun. If you just want to turn your brain off for 80 minutes, 90 minutes, however long this movie is, this is one of the movies to do it too. It's just fun, clown designs, interesting kills. It's just a lot of fun. I don't think it's going to stay there, but it's nice seeing it there for a moment. So S tier for Killer Clowns.
It's an even 90 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. So, Malcolm, what do you say about Killer Clowns?
Haven't seen it.
Ooh. All right. Let's see. For me, I'm actually with you, Jacob. I actually love this movie. I was very late to it. I only saw it maybe about a year ago, and this movie was just so much fun. I love all the practical effects in it. I love. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Just look at him.
Yeah, just look at it. Yeah, but all the crazy things that they're just running around, just causing chaos. It's just fun. It's one of those kind of turn your brain off horror movies and just have a fun time. They even do one of the tropes that I'm not always down for, where there's something crazy going on, and they go to the police, and the police doesn't believe what they're. I'm saying he's on the phone, being let like not believing until he gets attacked by an actual killer clown. So, but yeah, this movie's great, and we got fooled because Austin and I went to Halloween Horror Nights. They're supposed to have a killer clown's haunted house that was in California, not Florida. And we're like, what the fuck? But so yeah, S tier for killer clowns. Yeah. Ross, what do you say?
If we're actually talking about the movie, this is an F tier, but it's super fun. So yeah, so like I gotta go with the S. I love this movie.
Yeah,
It's so
right.
crazily funny, and like I and plus like I would let like people who hate clowns watch this movie and see the reaction. Is because if you look online, the props are going out there, and they are creepy. The props. So yeah, S tier.
Yeah. JPO, what do you say?
Well, it looks like we're gonna have a similar situation to Moon. I have not seen it, so I think that's 3 S's and 2 haven't seen.
Yeah. All right. That's fair. So
can you quickly remind me of the votes for Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah, Mad Max Fury Road got 3 S's, 2 C's, and an F from Brian.
But no, the reason I asked is not to remind everyone that it got an F, but I think with 3 S's I think we could leave it at there for in here for now. Then talk.
Yeah, you can leave it at the bottom of the S tier, but with the F, that would be.
I know the F's drags it out, but I think as Austin said, I think with 3 S's he keeps them up in the S tier and
yeah, usually we do it just for the fact that they got an F and a couple of C's, but that's fair for now.
Like this is the props that I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Buy that, put that in my room. Watch, we have a heart attack.
Yeah, all right.
I was gonna say
real
quick, if you want, let's take Mad Max Fury Road, put it back in the pile. I'll nominate it, and then we won't have that stupid F.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, yeah, let's go. So it's Malcolm. So what do you want to nominate? And muted.
Oh, I'm not muted. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
thought maybe you were.
I'm gonna try for this. We've got a lot of horror came up when you did the Flickchart thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I'm gonna try for something that's not horror that I actually watched fairly recently. But I'm gonna bring up Dog Day Afternoon because I think it's a really good. It's really good movie. And Al Pacino is really good in it. And it's one of those ones that I do think it was a lot of really good. I think it's a decent movie. I'm not going to try for S, but I'm going to go A.
Yeah, let's see. Put that all day afternoon. Yeah, I think for me, like, I just wasn't as into this movie when I saw it. I only saw it recently, probably like about 2 months ago, and I'm just not a huge Al Pacino fan, except for so I did rewatch the first Godfather movie and enjoyed it a lot more on the rewatch. I still need to rewatch Godfather Part 2, but and I really love Al Pacino there. This one, I mean, I think he's good. I do still enjoy him, but this thing is just so a drug out the bank robbery, it just goes on and on and on and on. I just feel like that they could have maybe either shortened it or just added some more things that happen. I don't know. I just feel like there's not really enough happening for me, but I still think that it's a decent movie. So I'd B for me. So, Ross, what do you say about Dog Day Afternoon?
This is an S tier for me. In fact, might be John Cazale's best performance. Who played Fredo in The Godfather. So yeah, I'm gonna go with S tier. I love this movie, and it's how now how good how the news it almost over sensationalized even back then. So yeah, I'm gonna go with S tier for that.
Yeah, sounds good. JPO, what do you say about Dog Day Afternoon?
I was gonna watch this last night for this exact show, and then I was like, I'm gonna watch Broken Lizard's Quasi instead. It looks a little more lighthearted as I was
I
falling
watched
asleep.
that
So
also. Yeah,
I didn't get
I
to
think it was just one.
it.
Yeah,
I did see Quasi. Is that on the list?
Yeah, I watched Quasi, and then I watched the Broken Lizard guys on the Whiskey Ginger with Andrew Santino podcast.
I started that too. Yeah, I didn't finish it, but I started that too.
Yeah, but Jacob, what do you say about Dog Day Afternoon?
Hey, guess what?
Have you met Jacob? Who hasn't seen it?
Yeah,
Haven't you been seen it?
ever seen it?
Have I not seen it? That is
All
correct.
right.
I have not seen it.
Well, you got some recommendations. Put them on your list.
So I think because it's SAB, so I think it stays right where it is.
In the A, yeah. Yep, that sounds right. So, let's see. What do I want to go? There's one I really want to go with because there's one that I rewatched for this, and man, like I have a lot of fun with it. So I'm gonna do it. I'll bet most of you guys haven't seen it because when I was doing the pre-show, a bunch of you guys tuned in and like I haven't even heard of that, but it looks good. So hopefully it's not a waste of a vote, but of a pick, but that's fine. I'm gonna go with Jeff Who Lives at Home. It's a movie by the Duplass brothers, and it's really, really good, and it's an easy watch. Like it's an easy 83 minutes long. It's about not spacing on.
I call Jeff Who Lives at Home.
Well, yeah, but it's about what's the actor's name? Jason Segel. That's what I was having.
Segel and Helms.
Yeah, so like Segel, like he's the guy who like you might think at the beginning, like watching this, that like he's this guy that like has no job, no life. He's just this kind of loser guy, like in his 30s, and that lives at home with his parents. But he kind of ends up like being the one that like kind of everyone looks to like near the end of the movie, and you kind of think a lot higher of him and as to like what he's doing. He kind of has a weird philosophy about life, and then you have Ed Helms, who just has some issues with his marriage with Judy Greer, and then so he's trying to figure out that just kind of being a screw up in his marriage, and then you have Susan Sarandon doing some kind of crazy antics at her work, but these are her two sons, and so she's like trying to deal with some work stuff, trying to deal with her sons, trying to figure out all of that, but it has a pretty heartwarming ending though that actually really, really works for me, and yeah, this movie's great, and I'm gonna actually say S tier for this movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend this movie because it's such an easy watch, and it'll leave you feeling good at the end. So yeah, if you want a good uplifting thing for your day, then watch Jeff Who Lives at Home. So S tier. Ross, what do you think about Jeff Who Lives at Home?
Okay, I don't think it's an F, but I would put it at the top of A. I really like this movie, and like it's got this weird pace that I love. You know, it's it's more like a chilled pace. You know,
it's kind of slow, but just kind of like moseys along and like in kind of like a chill way, like you're saying. I love it. You know, like so like it is very, very underrated, and then like it's not really a comedy either. There's more dramatic parts to it, I think. I love it. You know, like Judy Greer is always good, and then like Jason Segel's good in it. You know, like the Duplass brothers are always good. So yeah. I'd say that it's like a dramedy, like it's a drama with some comedic elements to it, but JPO, what do you say about Jeff Who Lives at Home?
Yeah, man, don't underestimate us, Jordan. I've seen it as well, and I really like it.
Oh, nice.
I'm happy to see it's on the list. I'm gonna say a high A for me. Sometimes when they make these movies, sometimes they're kind of okay, but then when it's dialogue driven and it's well acted and it's really well paced, I really like this one a lot here, man. Duplass brothers, man, I think a really good film here, and Jason Steele, I think, kills him, man. One of my favorite. He's actually one of my favorite actors going today because he can be super funny, but he also knows. A good example is Shrinking on Apple. He kind of plays both levels.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna definitely say an A. It's a good flick.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say? You say haven't seen it?
Just move on. You know.
Yeah. I think you were one of the ones that might have chimed in and be like, "What is this movie?"
Never even heard of it. Yep.
But it's awesome. You should check it out. But
Yep, and Ebert said about though. Ebert said it's not really a feel good movie. He says it's a feel sort of good movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but for me, it's one of the less annoying roles from Ed Helms. I think sometimes he can be a little annoying in movies, but it actually works here. So yeah. But Malcolm, what do you say?
I say I haven't seen it.
All right, yeah. I'm
going to watch it for the 2012 letter series because it is going to be there. But yeah, it's one that does actually have an interesting. So yeah.
Yeah, we have 1 S and 2 A's, so might be like mid to high A, probably mid A. Yeah.
What did Hot Tub Time Machine get?
Hot Tub Time Machine had, let me see, that had 4 A's and 2 B's.
So I think it just goes above Dog Day.
Yeah, that sounds good. So we're back around to Ross. So you got another pick?
I know we usually pick good movies. I'm going to pick probably the biggest piece of shit on the list.
Sure.
And that is...
There are some bad ones.
No. Ghost Dad.
Ooh, yeah.
This movie is awful. It's not like Bill Cosby dies, but then his kids can see him if they turn off the lights.
Off the lights.
Yeah. This movie makes no sense, and it's almost so good. It's good as bad, but it's just boring too. So yeah, and then I remember there's a scene where he asks his daughter, does that boy use condoms? So yeah, so that's this creepy element. Yeah, so it's weird.
Especially knowing what we know about him now. So yeah. But JPO, what do you say about Ghost Dad?
This belongs in the F for multiple reasons. Actually, sadly, did see this once back in the day, and I was like, that wasn't very good. And later on, found out, it's actually quite hated. And and now know what we know. Like I said, it belongs in multiple ways. So F tier.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
It's right where it belongs.
Yep. Right in the toilet. Yep. Malcolm, what do you say?
I vaguely remember watching this as when I was younger, but I don't really remember if I've seen it, so I'm just gonna go haven't seen it.
Sure. And for me, it's an F tier. This movie sucks, and even before we knew anything about Bill Cosby, what he is today, the movie was just bad. So yeah, and it's a weird premise, but you can only see when they turn off the lights. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, it'll be an F. So the chipmunks won't be so lonely now. So, but JPO, you're up next. So what do you want to nominate?
Oh, let me see here. Let's do a lot of the ones I hope to do. Cool. Let's go for South Park.
Yeah.
It's the only big screen one we've seen. Although they've kind of toyed around with stuff on TV where it's kind of a multi episodes or whatnot. But so far, technically the only big movie we've had. I thought it worked and kind of made the musical elements even work here. So I'm gonna say S tier. What do you say, you uncle fuckers?
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say about South Park?
Well, I was gonna go C until you insulted me, and now I'm gonna go D.
Ooh, all right.
I'm not a fan. I think the show is okay. I thought the movie, it's not for me. It's just not my thing. And so, I do think the music is somewhat cool. There's a couple of songs that I do tap my toe to. But yeah, having gone back to this and probably won't. And since JPO decided to resort to name calling,
you tap your toe too. Okay, Grandpa Jacob.
Go and
Insult all of us. Yeah.
So I'm doing this for everyone else.
It's all to you. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Mackey.
No, I'm going D.
Yeah. Well, you need Steven Shepard here because he told us that it's one of the funniest movies he's ever seen. But Malcolm, what do you think about South Park? Bigger, longer, uncut.
Yeah, I don't care about the TV series. I never watched this because I really hate the TV series.
Okay, so it's a haven't seen, maybe.
Yeah.
That's That's fair. Yeah, for me, I'm not a huge fan either. Like, I just wish they wouldn't have made it a musical. Like, I just wish they would have just maybe like 3 songs, maybe max. Like, would have been fine. I would have been okay. But yeah, just way too many songs, and I'm not a musical guy, and like, I don't know, like some songs were good, some were not, and so I was just kind of but I don't hate it like some people do. So I'm gonna say C because I really do like the show. Like when South Park hits for me, it hits big, but like it has a lot of its misses too. So yeah, I'm gonna say C. Uh, uh, Ross, what do you say?
I'm gonna say B. I liked it, but I don't love it. So yeah, like I love musicals, but this one, I think also too like did not really fit as a musical, except for that one song, that was nominated for the Oscar. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one's kind of interesting because we have an S, a B, a C, and a D, so it's kind of all over. So I
Probably
mean,
that B
I
tier.
think,
I'll say
yeah, I
like
think
B.
either B or C.
I think
Yeah,
B.
you can give it B. Yeah, that's fair because the person who nominated it gave it an S, so we can skew B.
Yeah, yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. So, we're back to Jacob. So
Yeah, and there's at least 2 that I want to nominate. So we'll see if we have time to, or if somebody else nominates the other one. But I think Man of Steel is the best Superman movie that has been made. I think Man of Steel belongs in the S tier. I think Henry Cavill is really good as Clark Kent and Superman. Amy Adams, Lawrence Fishburne, Michael Shannon as Zod is probably probably not on this channel, but it's one of the more I think underrated villains in film. I think this movie is really good. Great action scenes, and when he loses it at the end and just oh my goodness, I think this movie is really good. It gets better every time I watch it. I think it goes in the S tier.
Well, spoiler alert: he had to kill him. He just had to. Like if you watch the movie, you know why. So yeah. But Malcolm, do you say Man of Steel?
Yeah, I do really like Man of Steel. I think it's like I mean I'll need to finish my rewatch of all the Superman movies so I can do a definitive ranking of how I'd put them. So I don't know if I'd put Man of Steel as number 1 yet, but I think it's definitely up there with the original Superman movie Christopher Reeve. But yeah, it's still going to be an S for me.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, for me, this movie's great. This movie's like a near masterpiece for a Superman movie. The only nitpick that I have is like whatever Kevin Costner's character is doing and like his philosophy and some things, choices he makes. But that's not even like a huge nitpick though. So I mean, that's just very minor for me. And yeah, this movie is probably in my top 5 DC movies of all time. This movie's really, really good. And yeah, like I think Henry Cavill got massively screwed over at DC and Warner Brothers. But so yeah, I'm gonna say S tier, like pretty easy. So yeah. Ross, what do you say?
I love this movie. It is an S tier, definitely. So yeah, it's probably my favorite Superman movie. I do like the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 though, but this one is probably the best Superman movie. So yeah, S tier.
Yeah, S tier. GPO.
Oh man, I feel like Willy Wonka all over again. B. Don't
really
think Snyder's made a great film yet. Even Dawn of the Dead, everything I always have problems with here. Some of the direction that he does, I just don't love. I think Cavill's good, but I would like to see someone else. I wish someone else got a chance to use Cavill as their Superman. B.
Yeah. Well, I think even despite that, it'll be in the S tier because we got 4 S's and a B. So
yeah, I think unfortunately because it's only 5 people now, that's still going to be up there. But I think
I think it'll be like right above Moon, sort of. Yeah.
How many shout on the kids? 4 or 3 S's?
I had 3 S's, so
yeah. So it's going to be above that.
Yeah. Yes, it'll be above that. Yep, that works. So Malcolm, you're next. What do you want to nominate?
This is tough. You know, I'm going to go for what I think is probably one of the most underrated Will Ferrell movies on this list, and I actually really do like Everything Must Go. And it's one of those ones like there's a lot of actors who have shown that they're really good at doing drama movies, and I think Everything Must Go is maybe not necessarily the best drama movie he's done, but it's definitely up there. And yeah, I think it's a really interesting story of this sort of down on his luck guy who has to sort of sell everything and all that. But I think it's a really good movie, and you also get a good performance from Rebecca Hall in here. Laura Dern shows up as well. It's just really good. So yeah, S tier for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually really like Everything Must Go. Like it's like I think Will Ferrell, he does really good when he does dramatic roles. A lot of comedians that can also do a drama pretty well. So, and I think Will Ferrell's one of them. And yeah, this movie was a big surprise for me, and I really like all the cast, even like Michael Pena as one of the best friend guys that thrown in there, and Glenn Howerton, he's in there from Always Sunny. So yeah, this movie's a lot of fun. I don't quite go S tier, but I'll say A though, because there are some of Will Ferrell's movies I wouldn't say S, but I'll say A. So, but Ross, what do you say?
Okay, I think that this is an S tier movie too. I love it, and then it is not a it's not a comedy either. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a S tier. I love this movie. I remember I watched it when I rented it from Netflix. Back when I had DVDs, I watched like 3 or 4 times. So yeah, and it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't think I'm due for a rewatch. But I remember I really loved it. So an S tier, yeah. And I actually think it is Will Ferrell's best performance because it's not a comedy at all.
Yeah, right. Yep. Well, JPO.
What did you give it, Jordan?
A. I said A.
Okay, good. I was like, don't make me be the only guy that doesn't give it an S again. Come on. So I'm gonna say B again. No, I think it's good. I wouldn't say it's Will Ferrell's best. I think my only slight problem with it is I thought it was almost too simple. Like there's never really that great monologue or great moment. It's just kind of good all along without ever being great for me. But it is good. So B.
Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, I'm all kind of along the same lines there. I'll go B. It's good, but there's really nothing that sticks out, wows me. It's just a good movie, and yeah, if it's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah. So with that, we have 2 S's, an A, and 2 B. So a fall in the A, just like mid A, probably.
Think about there.
Yeah. So and then it'll be me next, and then let me see here. Probably want to go for one that's more like a personal pick because in the Hail Mary, I can probably get some of the other bigger ones in there. So, you know what? I want to go with one of my biggest guilty pleasure movies. I want to go with the movie Mean Girls, and I'm going to say S tier. I'm actually a big Mean Girls fan, and I'm not a big rom-com kind of that type of movie fan, but this one weirdly really worked for me. So yeah, and I think that it's one of the better movies for Lindsay Lohan. And then you got Rachel McAdams in there, Amanda Seyfried, even Tina Fey popping up as the teacher. She's good, and it's very much a product of its time. So it just works really well for the time that it came out. I feel like maybe if it were to come out now, maybe I wouldn't like it so much. I wouldn't be as high, but for the time that it came out back in 2004, it hit for me. So yeah, I'm gonna say S tier for Mean Girls, one of the better rom-coms out there. So Ross, what do you say?
Yep, I'm gonna go with Mean Girls. And then I like this movie. It's great. And then it's a classic for our age, Jordan. So yeah, Mean Girls it is. Yep, it's an S tier.
Yeah. Sounds good. JPO.
B.
Again?
I do like it. Yeah, just it's not one. It's not one after the first couple watches I'd ever kind of really go back.
Let's call you JBO tonight.
I'm a big. It is true. Look at my letterbox. I'm a big 3-4-star guy.
Yeah.
Nothing gets my 5 stars. So, but I do enjoy it here. I can see what people go back to, but B for me.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you say?
Yeah, stop being so stingy with those S tiers, JPO. I'm going S. I love this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's just a lot of fun. It's definitely a product of the time, and sometimes you just need to be transported back to it when the time was simpler. And for me, the time was simpler back in my late childhood, early teen years. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Great performances, fun story. Mean Girls will get an S from me.
We can watch a high school movie that has some technology, but they're not all walking around with smartphones and everything, So yeah.
No, but you do see those crappy Apple computers during that time period too.
Yeah.
If you clicked on the wrong thing, they would freeze.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Malcolm, what do you say about Mean Girls?
I don't know if I'd necessarily call this a guilty pleasure personally.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because I mean, for me,
minutes,
like a good pleasure is something that is bad, but you like watching, like what movie 43 is for me. But this Mean Girls is a good movie.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also going to go S here.
Oh wow! Well, color me surprised. So yeah, we got 4 S's and a B. So yep.
So it's going to go just under Man of Steel.
Yeah. Yep, it's right there.
Bye, Mad Max.
So I think at this point, if you guys want to, if we all go like really fast, we just make it quick. We could have one more regular round and then do the Hail Mary if you think we can do it. So yeah, we'll just make it just kind of quick one. But so we'll go back to Ross. What do you want to go for?
Let's see what my final one is gonna be. Let's see. I want to go something that's really great. I can't find anything, so let's just go with a movie that I think is actually like pretty underrated, and that one I'm gonna go with The New Guy.
Ooh,
it's not great, but it's not terrible. Like I remember, like I saw it on my birthday. When I turned 13. So yeah, like I haven't seen it since, but but it was funny. Like I actually think the funniest part was actually like Lyle Lovett as the dad. So yeah, so The New Guy is not great, but it's not awful either.
Who's the biatch now?
Or maybe like when he burns his dad's eye, and the dad's fine.
Yeah. Or like when Eddie Griffin he does a little kind of crazy eye, like really like. Yeah, the weird eye, but JPO.
Well, I'm glad you guys were bonding over this movie, so I could say D. Not a big fan. In fact, I saw this both when it came out, and then a couple years ago, I was like, let's give it another try, and it didn't work for me at the time. I'm sorry, Ross. Come back. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. Like I could see I haven't seen it since, but I could see it being like awful now. But I thought it was okay, The New Guy. But the but the question is a lot like there is a gaping hole in the story though on why he actually went to jail. Remember, they never really said. Remember, he got arrested.
Oh yeah. Well, this is back when they tried to make DJ Qualls a leading man. That was a thing for like a minute, a year or two. But Jacob, what do you say about The New Guy?
It's a movie. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'll probably go see because, I mean, I think I remember watching it, getting a few laughs out of it. But probably it's not something I would choose to watch again. But if somebody was watching it, I was like, "Hey, you want to watch this with me?" I'd probably say, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say about The New Guy?
If I've seen this, I don't remember seeing it. But if I ever scraping the bottom belt of ranking topics and end up doing top 12 DJ Kroll's movies, I'll probably watch it then. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and see
cancel Jude Law. We're doing DJ Kroll's.
Yeah. Yeah. So you haven't seen it. Yeah. For me, Maybe I should put guilty pleasure onto this movie because I actually really like the new guy. This is one like when I saw it, like it for whatever reason it just really hit for me, and I had a lot of music from the like back in the day that like hit me, like some Simple Plan in there, some SR-71, some Vertical Horizon, very 90s, like all that stuff. And yeah, I think that it's a fun time, like just seeing how he gets kicked out of multiple schools and like I don't know, just be like that. And one of those classic '90s tropes where the nerd becomes like the cool, the popular person in school. So yeah, I'm actually gonna give it an A for me. Like I actually like it more than most people. So
yeah. Oh yeah, too. And like doesn't the main bully kind of look like Matt Dillon a bit?
He sort of does. Yeah. Like I would say that. Sure. Yeah.
Like a very Dillon, of course.
A very young one. Yeah. But yeah. So we got an A. We got 2 C's and a D. So maybe it falls into like a low B. Maybe.
Yeah.
Say that.
Or
a high C.
So an A. Like I think C is probably.
Yeah. A, 2 C's and
a
D. Yeah. You just put it in the C. I'm not really like that attached to it. So, but apparently more than you guys. But so JPO, what do you got?
Let's go to my boy Jim Carrey. I love you, Philip Morris. I'm going to shoot for A. I think this is an extremely fantastic performance by Jim Carrey. He is a POS, but he's a POS that you are absolutely enthralled by. And you also really believe that at the very least, this kind of scummy guy, like, truly loves Ewan McGregor. There's some great laughs in this. It is a very intriguing, true story that's probably blown up a little bit, but it's fantastic, man.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you say?
I say that I have not seen this.
No.
All right. Then Malcolm, what do you say about I Love You, Philip Morris?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I didn't know about is that it was based on a true story.
Yeah.
Apparently, the real Philip Morris has a cameo at some point in the movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did he actually get out of jail?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they may have got him out. Like they may have given him like special thing for him to be a cameo.
Yeah, maybe so.
But yeah. And ironically, Philip Morris's cameo in the movie is as Stephen's lawyer at the end.
Oh, that's who he played. Okay.
But yeah, This I know I watched this for something recently. But yeah, I do like the movie. But unfortunately, not as much as you guys. I'm gonna go B.
Yeah, well, eventually we're gonna have a tournament fight. So it's gonna be best movies about a prison or a mental institution. So this will probably be part of that. But
yes, I'd love to join that. Like one for the cuckoo nest for the win.
Of course, Philip Morris is Ewan McGregor's character, so of course he was never in jail. My bad.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but yeah, like this movie is actually a lot better than I thought because the trailers for me were a little misleading. Like I didn't really know what this movie was even about. Like they didn't really give a lot away, I guess. And like I just remember seeing like a weird gay sex scene, and then like some weird kind of like things in jail, and I'm just like what's going on here? But then like I saw it and I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, I'll give this movie an A. Yeah.
Oh snap! I got an update. February 7th, he was granted parole. His release date is still pending. So Philip Morris will begin, or not Philip Morris again. Stephen Russell will be getting out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Maybe he go be Tiger King.
Yeah. Well, Ross, what do you say?
I'm gonna go for an A tier. I love this movie, and then like it is good, but they're it's a little bit slow for me, But yeah, so yeah, I love the North. And then Jacob, when you do watch this, record your reaction to the opening scene because wow.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Malcolm, what vote did you give it again? For some reason, I didn't write it down.
B.
B. Okay, so that means we have 3 A's, a B, and I haven't seen it, so probably stay like in the A, like maybe low A.
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Does everything must go? Did it get 3 A's?
That got 2 S's, an A, and 2 B's. So it probably goes below that, I think.
Oh, I think the 2 S's for everything must go. I think hold it there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think Philip Morris can stay above Dog Day Afternoon though. So
Yeah. Just saying that everything must goes up above that.
Well, one more thing too, with all the crimes he committed, if he went to his maximum sentence, it was March of 2113.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's like how many life sentences? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jacob, you got one more pick?
Yeah, and the other one I wanted to nominate is still there, so I'm gonna go with Dread. I think Dread is awesome. I think it is an action-packed thrill ride, almost start to finish. I think the action is great. I haven't seen Judge Dredd, so I can't like compare it. But
you don't want to.
way better.
That's what I hear. I'm gonna go S tier for Dread. I think this movie is just awesome, and this is another one that is a nice, easy 90 minutes, and it tells the story it needs to, and it's awesome.
I'd even go as far to say, like, just for fun, like, still watch Judge Dredd just to like have the experience.
Why do you?
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, there's like one good scene in the original Judge Dredd, and you know which one it is, Jordan, right?
I'm like trying to remember.
I am the law.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Law.
I am the law. Yeah. But JPO, what do you say about Dredd?
I dig Dread. Yeah, I mean, this is one too. Man, even Carl Urban like last week or so, like on GQ, was like, I'd love to revisit the character. He also said he would just love to see the character on screen again. Man, there's a lot more he can do with it, and they kind of did it right here. Man, it's kind of a one location set here, but they do a lot with it. He's great, and shout out to the villain Mama. What's her face? I can't remember, but yeah, she's really good in it. As well.
Forget the actor.
I do also have to jet though.
Sure. Yeah. No worries. Yeah.
What?
Thanks for hanging out. But do you have any quick plugs you want to do or anything?
I pop up on here from time to time along with Jacob, Pez, and Richie. We're the Lonely Marks here on this exact channel. And then otherwise, you got Pierce Wrestling. We have some wrestling fun on there. And then the Pierce Co. We have some movie fun over there. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks again. We'll see you, man.
Peace.
Yeah. So let's see. Who's unvoted yet? We're on Malcolm. Or you vote, Jacob? Okay, Jacob. Okay.
I nominated Dread.
Yeah, that's right. He nominated. So maybe we're all over the place for this one. Did you vote, Malcolm?
I don't think I did.
No, so maybe
Neither
JPO
did I.
just went it.
Okay. So I think JPO just left before.
Yeah, but Malcolm, what do you say?
I love Dread. I think it's really good. And it's I'm gonna give it an S vote. So yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I was just texting to see if get a quick vote for it, but if not, it's fine. Let's see. I think Dredd's freaking awesome. Like going back to Judge Dredd, it was a very random thing that I bring up from my childhood, but Judge Dredd has that actor Armand Asante in it, and then for some reason it always makes you think of that movie, The Santa Claus, when he's reading the list and the first name on it, he's like Armand Asante, like the first name on it. Yeah. It's funny, but and at GPO it says A. He just texted me for Dread. So and for me, I would give it an S for sure. Like, this movie rules. This movie's awesome. Like, it's just like a really brutal. I like the fact that he doesn't take his helmet off. I like the girl that he's with, which the name's not coming to me, but like, she's great in it too, and I think like all the stuff with the slow mo and this one works way better than the original. So yeah,
Olivia Philby, I think, is who you're thinking of.
Yeah, Olivia Philby. Yeah, she's great. So yeah, I'll say S tier for Dread. Ross, what do you say about Dread?
I'm gonna go with S tier. This movie's amazing, and then like Lena Headey's really good in it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with S tier for Dread. You know, like and like he never takes his helmet off, which is a good thing. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and Malcolm, did you say S?
I said S. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So it's 4
So
S's and an A.
Yeah. So we got 3 S's and an A. So probably be around the bottom of the S tier, like and maybe one of the ones that might squeak in.
Well,
We'll
what did Honey I Shrunk the Kids get?
that had 3 S's and an A. So like right around.
Yeah. So it'll be about here because I know Moon got 3 S's and 2 haven't seen. So it's probably going to be just.
But it also has though Honey I Shrunk the Kids 3 S's, an A, a B, and a C. So those are also there too.
So just about up there.
Yeah, it'd be a little higher, but I was hoping we were going to have 5 people. So when we get to the Hail Mary stuff, we won't have ties we got to worry about. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So Malcolm, you're up. So you got one more you want to nominate?
I'm going to go for this because I mean initially I was going to go for Dread, but now that I don't need to worry about that, I'm going to go for Scary Movie 3. And I do think it gets a lot of rap, but I think like it is a really good parody movie. Well, it's not as good as the first 2, but I think what David Zucker did with this, that he did good, and I think it worked, and I think it's in terms of the Scary Movie franchise, I do think it's very underrated. It's definitely better than 5, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go C.
Yeah. Let's see. Actually, right. Scary Movie 3. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. All the scary movies for me are movies that I need to give a rewatch to because I remember one little thing from each one, but then I don't remember a whole lot else. And then 3 and 4 always blend together. I can't remember which one had like Shaq and Dr. Phil. That might have been 4 or might be 3. I can't remember. It's one of the where they're at the beginning doing the saw trap or something.
I think it's 3. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think it's 3, and then like the like Charlie Sheen where he like throw.
Saw is 4 because I remember Shaq made the 4 in that. So
and also they had the little 4 kind of logo with the
Scary Movie 3 was the Science 8 Mile parody one.
Yeah. Actually, like now that you remind me of that stuff actually worked for me too. Because that's the one with like Simon Rex and he's like doing the like Walking Phoenix stuff and like he's like doing all the rapping and stuff. Yeah, like I actually have fun with that and yeah, I think that it's a decent enough time, but I probably need to go back and rewatch all the scary movies. But I mean, I think it's enough to give it a B. I'll say B. So yeah. But Ross, what do you
I'm gonna go with C tier. You know, it's not as good as the second one. You know, like and PG-13 bothers me, but it's decent. You know, I remember I laughed a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go with C tier.
Yeah, and Jacob, what do you say?
Yeah, I'll go C. It's one of those movies that I know I've seen. I think remember laughing a few times, but I just don't really remember much about it. So C.
Yeah. Well, even with my B, it'll still stay at C.
Yeah. I think just above the new guy, maybe.
Yeah, the new guy. Well, new guy got 2 C's, a D, and an A. So they're
so it's definitely above that with the 3 C's.
Yeah. So that. Let me see which one I want to go for now. Like what's left? Because like most of the ones that I would advocate for S have been kind of talked about. Let's just go. Oh, okay. Here's one that's I'm curious to see what other people think because I know some people don't always love this movie. I do though. I want to go with V for Vendetta. So I think this movie is great. Like I think that like the whole story of Guy Fawkes and I think Hugo Weaving's great in that role, and Natalie Portman stuff's really good. And I've had a debate with people as to whether or not the British people they celebrate him on Guy Fawkes Day, or if they're like going against him and like shooting off fireworks is a symbol of lighting him on fire. I don't really know. Like it kind of goes both ways. Because my brother was actually there for Guy Fawkes Day last year, and he saw all the fireworks and everything. He had videos of it, so it was kind of interesting. But yeah, the movie's great, especially once you hit the midway point and like Natalie Portman really takes a turn, and you see her with the shaved head and everything, and it just gets really dark and kind of brutal from there. So yeah, I'm gonna say S tier for V for Vendetta. Ross, what do you say?
It's been a year since I seen it. I remember I think he was okay, but like I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I haven't seen it in years, so maybe it'll go up. So yeah, I'm gonna go with B tier. But I remember thinking he was okay. Yeah.
Jacob, what do you say about V for Vendetta?
Yeah, this is another one that's a pretty big blind spot of mine, so I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, Malcolm, then what do you say?
Yeah, I like V for Vendetta. I do think it's good. Unfortunately, I do have to go A though, because as much as I enjoy it, it's just doesn't stick for me.
Yeah, well, with that we got an S, an A, and a B, so it'll be in the A.
It's down by Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah, I think it'll be kind of near the bottom. Yeah, but yeah, well, that'll do it for the regular rounds. Now we can move over to the Hail Mary round. So basically, for anyone who might be tuning in, just going to nominate anything for the S tier or the A tier that might be left. So you can have a minute to kind of look it over, kind of think about what you want to nominate.
All there.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna. I mean, this is my first time doing it, so I'm gonna try to mimic what Austin does. He didn't really even tell me how he does it, but I kind of have an idea, anyways, kind of how he.
I mean, I think he kind of does it the same. I think maybe he just writes down the movies and then makes a note.
Yeah.
I mean, I can write down the movies for this if you want.
I can do it, but I think that he just writes them down, and then he'll just mark how many
people say them. So
yeah. So yeah. And let's see. I think that I pretty much know what I'm gonna go for. So yeah, but Ross, you'll be up first. I don't know if you need a minute to kind of think more, or
no, I got mine.
Yeah. So just kind of say them a little slow.
I have like 5.
I'll have to write them down.
Is that okay? 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
30 minutes or less. So yeah.
Right, yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
30 minutes or less. Okay. American Hustle.
Let's see. American Hustle. Okay.
The Babadook. Keanu.
Keanu.
The Road, and then not another teen movie.
Okay, no other teen movie. Okay. All right, cool. Jacob, what do you got?
Nothing.
You have anything? So
nope.
So everything you would go for has already been done, huh?
Yep.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, there may be a first timer on Sharon Crew. That's fine. Malcolm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for Hunger Games.
Okay.
House of the Clock and Its Rules.
House. Clock. World. Okay.
Pride and Prejudice with Zombies.
Ooh, okay. Prejudice. Zombies, okay.
And Happy Death Day to You.
All right, cool.
And that's
Happy
my last one.
All right. Death Day to You. All right, so I might be the one to kind of get some crossovers because we don't have any crossovers yet. So, let's see. For an S or an A, what do we have? I mean, I would have said Dawn of the Dead from 2005, which I don't even really need to write it down, but I'm just doing it for my own thing. Let's see. I probably would go with. I don't know if there's like too much else left, honestly.
This could just be the first time ever that we just have no crossovers in the
Yeah, right.
Around.
Well, actually, I would give a second vote to Happy Death Day to You, so that gets 2. So I wouldn't do that. I would actually nominate The Fault in Our Stars. That's another one we haven't had. Let's see. And I'll go a second vote to The Babadook. So get a second one for that one. And you know what? I'll give a second vote to The Hunger Games too. So there's that. I would have gone 8 with 8-Legged Freaks because I like that one. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. I also would have gone World War Z. At this point, I'm not going to write them down unless they're like.
How was the Man on the Moon though? Was that good? Again?
Oh yeah. That movie's good. It's not really great. Like it's about a C, but it's kind of awkward because you see it like Reese Witherspoon in her underwear, and she's only like 14. Like I think one point when she's topless, but you don't really see it. Like they have the camera angle just right, so you don't see it. It's kind of weird.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, for things like that, they probably would have got the parents' permission. Like, got that.
Yeah,
this,
right.
Look, this is what is in the script. Are you comfortable with this?
Yeah, they do it. Yeah, like it's more of like an artsy thing. It's not like anything gratuitous or anything. But then I would have also said The Notebook probably. And I think that's it. So we do have 3 crossovers we can vote on. So it makes it pretty easy to just do 3 quick ones. So I just want to see if any of the ones you said I would even second. Probably not. No. Okay. So we have the first one, which usually Austin needs to tally them up and do like their like talking.
It's I've got it's Happy Death Day to You, Babadook and Hunger Games. That's literally all it is.
Yep. So we'll start with the Babadook. Let's go up and you just give a quick letter grade. Ross, where would you?
S.
Would you mark it? Okay. Let's see. S. Okay. Jacob, what would you say?
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Malcolm.
B.
Okay. B. And I would say S. So with 2 S's in the hit, a B at least land in the A tier. So.
Yeah, because it's not even really about a monster either. It's about postpartum.
Yeah. When we look at it in that context, yeah, like that kind of makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. But we have the Hunger Games, so we'll do that one. Ross, what would you give the Hunger Games?
A.
Okay. And Jacob, what would you say about the Hunger Games?
B.
B, okay. Malcolm.
S.
S, okay. And let me actually see where I have it written down on my phone. All my I would say A. So I think with the A, B, S, and A, like well, probably still fall.
I think it's down there by the Babadook at least.
Yeah. That sounds fair. And then we have Happy Death Day to You. Ross, what would you say for that one?
I've actually never seen it.
Okay, that's fair. Jacob.
Which one? Happy. Oh yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Ooh, all right. Well, with that, it really doesn't matter because we need to have at least 3. But actually, for this, we only have 4 people here. I'm going to give it a pass just for now since we have 4. What would you rank it, Malcolm?
I would have given it an S.
Actually, I would have given it an S also. So,
but I mean, it's still good enough to be able to hang out in A though. So
yeah, I think A is probably fair because not enough everyone else has seen it.
Yeah.
But it'll be kind of interesting when we go to rank it. We'll have to kind of think about that. But so now let me actually right then we had Hunger Games will be mentioned and possibly to vote on and
so Mad Max was 3 S's 2 D's and an F, or is it 2 C's and
Let's
an
see.
F?
You see,
Mad Max. Let's see. It was 3 S's, 2 C's, and an F. So
Yeah, so I think unfortunately the F does pull it down to top of A, but I think that can be the first one to be an honorable mention though. So
yeah. So that one will be an honorable mention probably for sure. Because how many do I have? Oh yeah. So yeah, that'll be the first one in there. Killer Clowns. Let me see. That one had 3 S's and 2 haven't seen. So
and I think it's the same with Moon as well.
Moon had yeah, it's the same. So and then Honey I Shrunk the Kids I think had a lot more.
Yeah, Honey I Shrunk the Kids I think had other things on it.
Yeah,
so I think we can vote on Killer Clowns and Moon to what goes down to A, and I think whatever goes down to A is the second honorable mention.
Yeah, and actually I kind of think though that because Moon and because that
both of those movies are the same. It's they're both 3 S's and 2 haven't seen. So
so that makes sense. Yeah, why don't we just vote for that? Which one would you knock down to the A, but it'll be an honorable mention. So
this is gonna be interesting because the 2 haven't seen it.
yeah. So 2 people haven't seen it, so we'll see what actually happens. But Killer Clowns and Moon, Ross. When would you vote?
Killer Clowns
to be in the A. Okay, so you vote for Moon to go to A, right?
No. Sorry, Honey I Shrunk the Kids to go down to A.
No, it's Moon or just between Moon or
Killer Clowns down to A. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Jacob.
I would say Moon.
Yeah.
Goes down to A.
Malcolm.
I would say Killer Clowns goes down to A.
And I would also say Killer Clowns goes down to A. So yeah. We need to see Moon, but it'll be an honorable mention. So now,
because I think it's still 3 S's, so I think it's still enough to hold it.
So now we just got to see what the other honorable mention is going to be.
So what did Scream get?
Scream got 2 S's, 2 A's, and then 2 haven't seen. So we got that.
Color Purple
got 1 S, 1 A, and a C. So I think that. So I think
yeah. What about Crazy Rich Asians?
Got only 1 S and then 3 A's and a B. So actually,
so I think with 2 S's in there, I think Scream's probably the
I'm just gonna double check
up there.
The Hot Tub Time Machine. Yeah, that didn't get any S's. So yeah. So our 3 honorable mentions will be Mad Max Fury Road, Killer Clowns, and Scream 6. So that'll be that. Now we just got to figure out. So the ones that had clean sweeps. So The Thing did.
Infinity War,
Rocky, and let me see.
Did Her get?
So
I think Her got a B. I think.
No, so Her actually got 5 S's, but then 1 haven't seen. So I think it'll be like slightly below just because I haven't seen it barely.
Yeah, it can be that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, and then
we vote on The Thing, Avengers,
Willy
and
Wonka
Rocky.
too.
Yeah,
Willy Wonka was the one that got.
Willy Wonka got to be. Man of Steel got to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Meat Girl's got to be.
Yes, we'll just vote on the number 1. So number 1 between The Thing, Infinity War, and Rocky. Which one would you vote for number 1? Which frick, this is hard. So yeah, we'll just go around. So this is your number 1. So out of those 3, so Ross, what would you vote for your number 1?
The Thing barely, but it was between Thing and Rocky.
Yeah. Jacob.
I'd go Infinity War.
Malcolm.
Infinity War.
And I would probably go with The Thing. Shoot.
Right, well, that gives us our number 3 though, because Rocky did.
Yeah. So Rocky will be.
Rocky will stay number 3.
So if anybody's watching in the chat, would you put The Thing or Infinity War at number 1? If anybody's watching,
I don't know if anyone is still there to be fair.
It says 2 watching.
We have 2 people watching, but the thing is, one of them I know is Sarah, and she just has us playing in the background for the view. She's watching a movie or something.
Yeah,
she said. So we could just.
Oh, you just got a comment.
Where is that? I don't see any comment. But But I do have a coin flipping app.
Look,
that can,
did you see what I?
Yeah, right. It's a little shady.
You know, I
Okay,
really
so
want to do.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this coin app. There's a coin here, an American quarter there, right there. So if it's heads, it'll be the thing. If it's tails, it'll be Infinity War. So I'm going to flip it. And it is tails, so that means it'll be Infinity War for the number 1. So Infinity War, the thing, and Rocky will be our top 3. So now we just gotta figure out.
Yeah. So I think her can stay there, but I think it still has 5 S's. So
yeah. So the next one will be her. Willy Wonka with the 4 S's and a B.
Isn't Man of Steel 4 S's and a B too?
Where did I have
Willy Wonka was 5 and a B. I think Man of Steel was 4 and a B because I think Brian was gone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I think Willy Wonka can stay at 5 because
I don't even have Man of Steel. Oh yeah, it was. Man of Steel was 5 and a B. Yeah. So the Man of Steel will actually be
Man of
ahead
Steel
of
was 5. But wasn't Brian gone by then, or was he here for Man of Steel?
I have 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4 S's and a B. And also, so was Willy Wonka 4 S's and a B. So we might have to vote.
Willy Wonka was 5 and a B.
Yeah.
Was Brian's? Oh yeah.
Willy Wonka was the first.
But Willy Wonka was the first one that you got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So Brian was definitely here.
Yeah, so that'll stay.
Yeah, because he was the one that picked it.
See, Jordan, that's why you've got me and Jacob here. We could help.
Yeah, right.
Was Mean Girls 4 and a B?
Mean Girls was it was 4 and a B. Yep. So.
And what about Dread?
Dread was 3 S's and
okay, so I think it's between Man of Steel and Mean Girls for 6 then.
Yeah, and then Honey I Shrunk the Kids was
Honey I Shrunk the Kids is finer. It is, I think.
4 S's, but then it had an A, B, and a C.
Yeah. So I think Dread's still good enough to keep it above Honey I Shrunk the Kids, but I think so it's just Mean Girls and Man of Steel, which we need to just decide on that.
Yeah, for our number 7 spot. So which one would you put above the other one? Which one would you put
at 6? Pretty much.
Yeah. So between Mean Girls and Man of Steel, is that what I said?
Mean Girls and Man of Steel.
Okay, I was making sure Dread wasn't part of it. Okay, so yeah, cool. All right, so go with Ross. Mean Girls or Man of Steel at 6?
Man of Steel.
Yeah. Jacob?
Man of Steel.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. Man of Steel. I probably could have just asked, like anyone getting a vote for Mean Girls, but yeah. So I think that'll be our definitive ranking, right there. So yeah, that was a lot of fun though. Yeah, thanks guys for joining in so we can break it down. I guess I'll do the honors this time unless anyone else.
Well, I was about to say if you want, I can do the honors of doing the options.
Sure. Yeah. If you want to do it, Malcolm, yeah, you can.
And then try to copy Austin's voice, please.
I'm not going to try and copy Austin's voice.
See if you can do an American.
I can't do an American accent.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, our 3 honorable mentions we have is Mad Max Fury Road, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Scream 6. Yeah. And then at number 10 we've got Moon. At number 9 we've got Honey I Shrunk the Kids. At 8 we've got Dread. Yep. At 7 we've got Mean Girls. At 6 we've got Man of Steel. At 5 we've got Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. At 4 we got Her. At 3 we got Rocky. At 2 we got Thing. And number 1 we got Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, nice. Awesome, guys. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with all of that. Like, there's not really any glaring things for me personally that like maybe like the rest of the panel was against me or anything. So yeah.
I mean, I think Austin might have words about Mad Max not getting to the top 10.
Oh yeah,
but in saying that, I think he'll be happy about Infinity War, Thing, and Rocky being in the top 3.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen Moon yet, you need to go see Moon. That movie is awesome. So I would highly recommend.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, it's very real. Like I call it like intellectual sci-fi.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would agree with that. So yeah, and all those movies will be in a poll tomorrow over in the Schmodown Friends and Family group. You can find our top 10 and our 3 honorable mentions, and I'll let everyone know that they're just completely picked from my Flickchart at random. And then we're gonna try to do some more random episodes, and like we're not totally sure yet if we're gonna do them as a tier ranker or as a tournament. But like I thought about doing some genre ones, just doing like a like pure comedy one, doing like a pure drama, like a musicals one, animation, just like a bunch of different a horror one, you know, so like a bunch of different genres. So those might be coming soon in the near future. So and also too, if anyone has a way of doing the random movies they've seen, if you have a Flickchart or like whatever, any kind of website that we'll do bring up random movies, we'll do one for you guys too. Like if you want to just do a mystery one, you know. So yeah, but yeah, we'll do it for us tonight. So that was a fun time. So made it through, even though we got a late start with some things, but it all worked out. I appreciate Malcolm stepping in last minute, so that helped me out a lot. So I didn't have to do both things while I'm feeling a little sick. I'm not too sick, but I'm slightly. I'm not 100 yet, but yeah, we'll do some plugs. So we'll start with Ross. Where can we find you?
Just find me on the channel, Mega Movie Z. You know, like I don't know what we're gonna be filming next, but we're gonna plan on something. So yeah, yep. And like we you guys are always welcome to come on anytime you guys want. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to hit you up and see what kind of topics and things you got coming up. So yeah, sounds good. And Jacob, where can we find you?
You can find me here. I do these shows when I can. The Lonely Marks on Thursday. It's our wrestling show. And then the podcast about movies. Me and Austin, we usually go about every other Saturday. So we'll be not this Saturday, but the following Saturday we'll be doing sort of an adventure in space, kind of reviewing 4 different space themed movies leading up to the Guardians Volume 3.
Well, I still need to go back and watch the one you did yesterday, but where you ranked or you reviewed some of the movies you blind ranked. So yeah, you go check that out, because one of them I hadn't seen, like behind the mask, or behind like whatever
behind the mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Great great mockumentary. It's really good.
That's a blind spot for me. So yeah, but Malcolm, where can we find you?
You can find me on Take Few Productions as a host, Malcolm, every Sunday. This Sunday, Jordan's going to be there. The other Jordan's going to be there as well. We're doing Jude Law movies.
We got to get the rest of the movie hero crew that wasn't invited last time. All right.
I mean, don't say it like that. You sound like I've just got video against people.
No.
I've only got 4 spots available every time, but
no, it's totally fine. Yeah.
But yeah, you can also find me hosting matches and stuff over on Full Metal and all that. And yeah, I'll pop up here Tom as well.
Yeah, sounds good. And yeah, you can find us at all the social medias at Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me posting a fair amount on my personal Instagram, Jordan83616, and then you can find us in the Shoutout Friends and Family group. Let's see, you can find the poll that I already mentioned. That's going to be up tomorrow at some point, probably later in the day, but it'll be up in the Shoutout Friends and Family, and you can vote on the random movies that just popped up on my Flickchart. So just see if you agree with our picks, and then we're doing trivia this Sunday. I'm going to try to scramble to put it together, because I just realized that I'm going to be out of town for 2 days this week, but it actually works. It's going to be on days where we don't really have shows. I'm going to get in time, or back in town just in time to make it for our Friday's episode, just barely. So yeah. But I'm going to give Austin the login just in case for whatever reason something happened that I don't make it, so we can just get started with that. But yeah. So we also have a Patreon. So and you will to find all the trivia episodes on the Patreon, and as long as we don't get any copyright strikes, whatever ones we don't, I'm going to keep them on our channel. But our last episode of trivia definitely got some copyright strikes, so you can watch it on the Patreon, which is patreon.com/movie hero. You can find some exclusive podcasts. We did one that was all about our favorite movie trailers. It was me, Austin, Steven Shepard and Chris Scott, and we actually played all our favorite movie trailers. So you can watch that over there. The trivia you'll be able to watch for just $1. The podcasts are at the $5 tier. You can watch them for that. And working on editing some of our previous drafts. I still have the rough cut of the draft up on our channel. We did a superhero draft, and then we did an animated TV show draft. So the original live just rough cut, it's still up on our channel, but I'm working on adding some cool graphics and things so you can see it in that format over on our Patreon. Just haven't had time to quite get to it yet, but I'm going to soon. And then we'll be doing some more drafts and other podcasts coming up soon. We want to do one that's all about sketch comedy shows where we can play our favorite comedy sketches from different live comedy shows. And then also we want to do a animated movie draft after our animation series tier ranker wraps up. So that'll be in maybe like 2 months or so, or 3 months. We got the 90s coming up, and then we got our championship, and then the next month will be that draft. But just a couple things we have coming up though for for tournament fights and a tier ranker. We're working on finding a date for our Keanu Reeves versus Nick Cage versus a match. Kevin Smith had some family things he had to attend to, so we had to reschedule. But like we're like really close. It'll be within the next 2 weeks. Like that's what we're kind of looking at. So we'll keep you posted on that. But and then we'll be doing on Wednesday. We're doing a tournament fights for movies with punctuation in the title. So I'm gonna start right after this watching some movies with punctuation in the title. So I got to go through that list, figure out my blind spots. I'll start watching those. Then we have our best movie teams championship on Friday. So that's coming up. And then also Tuesday will be best movie duos part 2. It'll be at that time. So Richie, for whatever you said on rank them for your plug. That'll be Friday, May 12th if you're tuning into this. So, but I know we had that a little kind of mixed up. But and then we'll be doing our friend of the show, Michael Wolfman Wyndham's Top 64, and of course I'm getting a Force software update, so I'm going to end it there. That was really random, like it just happened on my phone. So that'll be a little preview of what we have coming up, which is actually good that it actually happened then and not in the middle of the show when I'm trying to look at my whole list of stuff. And I hate when it does that, because I think once for like Android phones, once you refuse it like 4 times, like it just automatically forces you to do it. So that's that. So just tune into all of our social media, and you can find everything else we have coming up. So we'll definitely post about it. And actually, I'm getting close. So usually around the first of the month, I'll post the new schedule coming up on the Schwinn Friends and Family group. I'll do about 2 months out. So if you want to see the 2 months coming up, and you want to sign up for some episodes, that'll be probably around Saturday that I'll be posting that. And then on the Patreon, if you're a Patreon member, I'll post this schedule about 4 months out, and you can get an extended look and maybe first dibs to sign up for some episodes. Because the more and more we go along with this channel, and it's getting more and more popular, so the episodes are filling up faster and faster, is what I'm noticing too. And then also too, one of the things that I'm going to try to do more is I haven't really ever done very many movie reviews on this channel, but I'm noticing that the last couple are like some of our most reviewed or most viewed videos we've ever done. So I might try to do more movie reviews. Usually I've only done it if I go to the movie theater and I have a long drive after and I need something to do in the car, so I'll just review it. So our second most viewed video on this channel now is my review of Evil Dead Rise. I just did it on the car and on my way home, and yeah, and I'll just say that I'm not a huge Evil Dead fan, so that gives you any sense of maybe how I reviewed it. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I'll just say that. So, but anyway, that will do it for tonight's episode. So thanks again, guys. That was fun. So for Ross, for Jacob, for Malcolm, for Brian, for JPO. I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson. And we'll see you guys next time.